Oh, I can't help it. G'day everyone. Well, it's been a very long time since I've made a video and said hello to everyone, and a longer time since I've actually been on any dirt. So life, between viruses and working from home and a whole bunch of other stuff, yeah, there's been a lot going on. Anyway, we're out on the bike. It's Friday the 20th of March. Put that down so you can hear me a bit better. I just got my sunnies on. Yeah, so this is my first week of working from home, so I don't have an hour and a half commute home from work every day, and the kids are with their mum. It's a story. Anyway, kids are with their mum. I'm because I don't have to sit on a train all afternoon, I can knock off work and come for a ride. Well, that was squirmy. They're out of practice. I need to let some air out of the tyres. Anyway, yeah, so stories. Yeah, working from home. What's happened? Why haven't I been making videos? Because in September last year, my wife and I, after 20 years of being together and being married for almost 17 years, separated. We have 2 mortgages, 3 kids, 3 rabbits, a dog, and our life was basically as entwined as a scrambled egg. So that's been a lot to unscramble. There was no, in terms of a separation, you know, it was probably the best separation 2 people could ever have. It's very amicable. We're totally putting the kids first. Pardon me. The kids are great. They're still in their school. They're still in their family home for the time being, although the house is on the market now. There's my first 4-wheel drive. Yeah, so my wife's repartment. Well, I've got to stop saying my wife. You get that when you've been together for 20 years. My ex-wife now is he's repartnered. He's a really nice bloke. He's really nice to my kids. I get on all right with him. So that's about the best you could hope for, I'd reckon. And I've met his kids. I'm not into that at all. I'm happy, very happy to report I'm very single and intend on, because no one will have me anyway, but I'm very happy being married to my motorcycle and just riding around. So yeah, he's a nice bloke, and the kids really enjoy spending time with him. I won't crap on about all this too much, but basically what we did was rent a studio apartment after reducing our mortgage repayments to the minimum they could be, and we come and go week about out of the house, so the kids get used to being in that environment, just with either mum or dad, not both of us together. So I spend a week in the flat, then Beck spends a week in the flat, the kids are at home, and we take it week about. It's my week without the kids, so I'm in the bush. This bush. Yeah, so look, that's taken up a lot of my time, as I'm sure you can imagine. Other than that, you know, house is on the market. Then we've got the whole coronavirus thing. I just spent my first whole week working from home. I better hold on here, this is a bit rugged. I'm extremely lucky to be able to work from home. I know some poor people can't. I know it's all right to say, you know, people work from home, but you know, bricklayers can't really lay bricks from home. So that's my story. If you're still with me, I appreciate it. We'll do some riding now and leave all the stories alone. I'm heading down into Weenie Creek campground now. Oh, they've closed the campground. Area closed. Oh, why? Weenie Creek, you're camping ground for your own safety. This area is closed due to risk of flooding. Oh, so yeah, we did the bushfires thing, and now it's due to risk of flooding. All right, well, that area is closed, so you can't get up in there. And I can tell the water's been right up here. The creek's all the way down over there, and you can see the water's been right up here in the recent floods after the bushfires. Typical. Anyway, we'll go down through here and have a bit of a look. Oh, there's people here though. You must be allowed to camp in this part. Oh, people have bought firewood and everything. That's good. G'day. That's a good setup. Oh yeah, there's a bit of water. Oh wow, this is much different to when I was here last time. It's all kind of been washed away. Wow. All right, let's, this is actually much wider than what it used to be by the look of it. I think they've had to do some work to fix it up. But anyway, we'll try not to do a Captain Cranky and fall over in the water. Yeah, that used to be much different there. Anyway, let's get up this hill. Just take these corners that I can't see around a bit slower, because there probably will be some people in here tonight. Like I say, it's late afternoon, it's well after 6 o'clock now. And we'll just take our time. Gee, I do like those Shinko tyres. It's so good in this gravelly stuff. They really hold pretty well. Bearing in mind I am on a road bike, I'm not on a dirt bike, so you know I have to be reasonably kind to it. It's not designed for this. Oops! Oh, that was a bit hard. Oh, that was okay. Yeah, get the back out a little bit there. But it's the tyres are really good. I'm really happy with the Shinkos. Really glad I put them on. They're kind of predictable in that stuff. I kind of know when they're going to let go, and so really happy with them. That's always fun coming up out of there. I'll have to take the sunnies off soon. The only reason I haven't got my tinted visor on is because I know it's going to get dark and I don't want to change visors, so I just wore sunnies instead. Wonder what the smiley face on the tree's all about. Anyway, that was totally the wrong gear. We just wasn't paying attention. So what have I been doing bike-wise? Well, I've been toying around with windscreens, and as you'll notice, I've just got the stock one on. I put a riser on it, and one of those extension things on the top that kind of sits up there like that. Took it straight off again, far out. All it did was throw the wind straight under the peak of my visor, my helmet. And it's much, much better like that. I think what I'm actually going to do is get a short screen for it, one that just sort of sits down here a bit, and do away with this screen altogether, because honestly all it does is push disturbed air into my face. So this isn't too bad like this, I mean with the bit on top, but I think it'll be even better if I do away with this screen altogether. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. What else? This is Mountain Lagoon Road. What else? Well, it's just been in for its 24,000 kilometre service. So I put it in for its 24,000 kilometre service down at Western Motorcycles. I hope you can hear me better now. And I had the very good fortune to have a very close look at the 2020 Africa Twin Adventure Sports, the manual one. Oh God, and they let me sit on it, and Jesus, I think I'm in love. I don't know, as much as I love the NC, you know, would I get rid of it and buy an Africa Twin? Would I do anything different on an Africa Twin that I do on this bike? Probably not. You know, I wouldn't ride the Africa Twin any more than I do this. Probably less, because I wouldn't commute on it and leave it at the railway station of a morning, although I might never be in the office again. But you know, it would give me more options if I did want to do some very, very long stuff, very, very long trips, or you know, I probably wouldn't do any more adventurous off-roading than what I do on this, because I would if I was with other people, but by myself I probably wouldn't, because I'd be terrified I'd never get out again if I dropped it or injured myself. I suppose it might be alright once I get comfortable with it, but anyway, like, I'm very comfortable with this bike now. It's yeah, oh goodness gracious, what a bike. And the other thing they had there was they had a 2019 model Adventure Sports manual, fully kitted out, crash bars, everything you could want to put on it. It had the aluminium cases like I've got on this, because I love my aluminium cases and I'll never get rid of them. Yeah, it was ordered in for a customer, fully kitted out, everything you could want, and then he basically ghosted them and dropped contact and left the bike there and never spoke to them again. And so now it's back on their floor for sale, and it's 2019 Africa Twin Adventure Sports, proper off-road tyres. I didn't actually see what they were, but they were knobbies, crash bars, boxes, racks, everything you could ever want. 19 grand right away. And to be honest, I would probably buy that before I bought the new one, because the new one has so much tech that I will never ever use. Having said that, of course, if I had it I would learn it and use it, but for 19 grand, geez, I tell you, it was so tempting. Yeah, it's nice out there. Anyway, so yeah, that was kind of that. But yeah, the bike's just had its 24,000 service. I'm no mechanic, so I don't do that stuff. I do oil changes in between scheduled services every 6,000. The scheduled services are every 12. It's just had its 24. New air filter, because of the amount of off-roading that I do. I insisted that it has a new one, because it was I think it's in the schedule to do it anyway, but I said even if it doesn't need it, please put one in. Other than that, there was absolutely nothing wrong with it. I trust the guys at Western Motorcycles, they look after me pretty well. Yeah, so it's despite the fact that I might treat the bike poorly at some stages, it remains pretty good. Not a thing wrong with it. How amazing. The last time I came, oh shit, that's rugged as. Yeah, we'll just bounce over that, thanks. Whoops, big rock. Yeah, so the last time I came through here was just after the bushfires, what's that? Oh yeah, that's a truck. Ah, four-wheel drive, fair enough. Give him some space. Oh, he's going to stop for me. Thank you. Yeah, so came through after the bushfires, and dry as a bone, all burnt out. I don't think the bushfires made it up this far, but we'll have a look when we get down near Putty Road what it's like. And now the campground's closed because of flooding, so Rob's tight as hairpin. Yeah, so, whoops. Yeah, now it's all campgrounds closed to flooding, so yeah, it is what it is. Alright, well, we'll go up and have a look at the Colo River through here, see what that looks like after the flood, because the water was well and truly over the bridge. It was over the bridge at Putty Road, so the wooden bridge would have been completely out. I hope it's open, actually, otherwise I'll have to go the long way around and then I will be in the dark. That's okay, I don't mind riding in the dark. There are 1,000 little bugs out. Jesus, look at this. So this has all been flooded through here. Look at this. Wow. So the river's over that bank. So how high was the water here? Look at it all in those fences. Holy jeez. Wow. Oh, part of the bridge. Part of the bridge is gone. Wow. Well, part of the bridge is washed away there. They've got plates over it. Wow. Well, there you go. That's a thing. So yeah, the water was right up in here. Jeez, she was high. I suppose that happens when you get 400 millimeters in a day. Ready? Very good. Now, where's my road gone? Here it is. I thought it was just here. I haven't been down here for so long, like, you know, a couple of months. Anyway. Yeah, wow, look at that. That's, looks like she's all beat. Oh, wow. You used to be able to park just there. That was kind of a parking spot, so that's where they've dumped all the shit they've dug out, I guess. Wow, this looks, look at the sand all over it. This is completely different to when I was down here before. You can see where the shit's been washed all over the bridge. There's still a lot of water in the river. It's normally you can see the sandbanks and there's only just a little tiny trickle of water, but she's full from bank to bank now. Wow. Ditch the sunnies. Can't imagine they're going to stay on there, but we'll give it a go. That should be right. Yeah, wow, there you go. Alright, let's go up the other side. And then we'll be through at the Putty Road. Oh. I best be kind to the bike going up this part where it's all washed and rutted. So now, even if I did have an Africa Twin, I wouldn't fly through here because I'd probably put it down. Oh, I might get better at riding, who knows. You fall off a couple of times, you soon learn not to do it again. Yeah, that road's washed away there. That's okay. I mean, the road up here was never great anyway, so oh, that's some big rocks. That's pretty ordinary. Wow, this is pretty ordinary indeed. All good though. I really love those overhanging rocks there, the way they're oxidised and stuff. I reckon that looks awesome. And caves. Better watch the road. Oh, I can't help it. See, if I did buy that Africa Twin, the first thing I'd do would be take the stock exhaust off it and put something really offensive on. So when I was riding through suburbia, everybody would know I was there. I don't know why, I just get enjoyment out of that. Something really obnoxious. Oh dear. Oh God. They're gonna have to do something with this road at some point soon. She's barely a road. It is good though. I enjoy riding it. So this was where all the bushfire was, and you can see the trees growing back. Look at that regeneration. Wow, that is bloody fantastic. Really, really glad about that. Yeah, it's there's no undergrowth growing back yet, but all the trees have sprouted, which is just really good. Really, really good. Whoa! Sunnies are still on, that's good. Don't know how they're holding on. Oh. There's a whole road there, but of course I have to go close to the bush and let it smack me. Because why wouldn't you? Oh, hang on. Oh no, that wasn't too bad. Why am I telling you to hang on? Anyway, not sure who I'm talking to half the time, you or me. No, well, I haven't been on the dirt for a really long time, and that went okay. I was still enjoyed myself. So here we are, we're going to pop out at the Putty Road up here in a sec. So there you go, short trip on the dirt, back into it. You got my life story, you got my hopes and dreams and aspirations about an Africa Twin. And so there you go. Well, thanks for putting up with all of that. Thanks for coming along for the ride. If you ride safe. I will see you on the next one, and here's the Putty Road. Goodbye.